Hello you beautiful nerds of the world, Torok at your service, and welcome to another Death Battle reaction video. I have headphones again! Finally my reactions are back to not being Ear Rape's nightmare. Nah, just kidding, they're still going to be. Today it's a special day because we're having both the Halloween episode of Death Battle and the episode that is in partnership with Ismahawk, Blade the Daywalker versus Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We're gonna keep it short because I don't have much to say about these two characters. I'm excited because I'm completely blind on this. Blade is they are two characters that I know of. I only know these characters of appearance and name exclusively. In fact, I think I was one of the many people who had to wait many years before realizing that Blade is a Marvel character. It just doesn't look like it. But I think what I'm the most looking forward to in this episode is Buffy. I don't know anything about Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I've seen plenty of Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans and like Death Battle influencers, being notably the Raptor, who's a big Buffy fan, being very excited that people will learn how apparently batshit insane Buffy the Vampire Slayer gets. In fact, I wanted to go as blind as possible on this, so that I could react to as much craziness as possible. I've still seen like previews and the sneak peeks and whatever, but I tried to stay away as far as possible from any discussion regarding this match, and especially regarding Buffy, because I want my reaction to the craziness that Buffy might have. I want my reaction to be genuine to all this bullshit, and because I did the opposite of research, I am completely blind on either of them. I don't even know what Blade is really capable of. The previews are pretty cool. They both seem to have some surprisingly weird shit. Well, less surprising for Blade because obviously it's Marvel. And Marvel tend to go a bit wild when it comes to its characters, even the ones that are of low tier, like Blade or Spider-Man and whatever. So, ironically, what I'm the most looking forward in this episode is gonna be the analysis. It's gonna be part of the analysis rather than the animation. Well, the actors, because it's with Ismahawk. It's gonna be with actors. They already look sick. The sneak peek looks cool, and I don't really know what much else to say, to be entirely honest. So I'm just gonna shut up and let's just watch this thing. 3, 2, 1. All right, Ismahawk, show me what you got.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let's go!
Blade
versus Buffy!
The Daywalker versus the Vampire Slayer.
Exactly.
And I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. That's gonna be cool.
They are known by many names: Revenant, Vortalok, Nosferatu, vampires. When the moon is out and the
also
night is
dhampir
young,
in
these
World of
undead
Warcraft.
demons are out for blood. Fitting then.
Completely useless lore knowledge, but you know,
is the one
I have to do commentary somehow.
Blade. Is that really his costume? Hang on.
There it is.
There's a man who doesn't file his taxes. Blade is one of the coolest superheroes ever, and basically kickstarted the comic book movie craze.
That's actually interesting.
Yet, he is also seemingly the only one who knows or cares that in the world of Marvel, vampires exist. Seriously, nobody talks about this.
Blade doesn't need any.
Really?
He'll just aura farm by himself.
I have a hard time believing that.
Birth was hard.
I have a hard time believing that. Like, what about shit? What about Dr. Doom? Dr. Doom, he knows about the vampire. He knows about vampire. He has his armor made of Jesus Christ cross, just for it, you know. Anyway, Eric Brooks, species dhampir, professional jazz trumpeter. Let's go. Likes I Am Legend, Brielle boy thing. Make that new movie, Marvel.
Core. Just as
Wasn't
the
there
young
one
Eric
announced
Brooks' mother
or
was in labor,
something?
her attending doctor turned
Maybe
out
like
to
some
be the
MCU,
vampire
some
Deacon
MCU
Frost.
shenanigan
And he drank
happening
her
with
blood
Blade.
right before she gave birth.
This infused Eric with Frost's
I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe I'm remembering things wrong.
Vampire, a dhampir.
Giving him a ton of vampy powers, but none of their weaknesses like garlic, holy water, or sunlight.
Eric would hone these abilities under the tutelage of vampire hunter Jamal Afari, sharpening him into a blade that would rape the vampire plague for good.
Blade is strong and fast enough to toss
I
around
love this fucking
1,000-pound
shuriken.
demons and
It doesn't
knock
make any
bullets out of the
sense, but it
air.
looks
He can
just
keep
so
up with
cool.
Wolverine, who can deflect Cyclops' light speed optic blasts, and his Kevlar DuPont armor helped him take
I
the
feel
top
like
of Count
that.
Von
I feel like that's what
Stark's
Blade
castle
runs
exploding.
on.
He can
Just
heal
the rule
small
of
wounds
cool.
immediately and sniff.
Though Blade has been incapacitated via stabbing, his healing factor is powered through impalement in secondary material like Blade the series and the Blade
About
anime.
the supernatural with his hypersenses. Also, his fangs can drain his victims of magical energies.
After studying the ways of Hong Kong Kung Fu movies, Blade became a master martial artist. Ah yes, the Rufus from Street Fighter School of Kung Fu.
While the only martial art he's been stated to know is Krav Maga, we know he's mastered more. So for the full scope of his martial arts ability, we'll examine the Blade movies as performed by Wesley Snipes.
By looking at Snipes' training and choreography, we know Blade uses Kung Fu.
That's fascinating that he has, like-
Jiu-Jitsu, Eskrima, kickboxing.
That's
Shotokan
fascinating
karate,
that he
and
has like
Aikido. Add on
so
Blade's
little
knack for
material that
stealthy takedowns, and I
the
guess you could
movies
call him
work as
Marvel's
actual reference
Man.
for his fighting style.
Blade's training progressed
I don't know,
smoothly
maybe-
until
it's
Afari
interesting.
was attacked and had his blood drained by Dracula. Seriously, Avengers, Dracula is real. Why aren't you doing anything about this? He's
Dr. Doom
right
does.
there.
Forced to murk his surrogate dad. Blade
Vote
would
for
have to
Doom,
wage
I
the
guess.
war
He'll
alone.
get rid of
Nursing a wound
vampires.
within him that would
Maybe.
never heal. A hole that could never be filled.
Not
I don't
with
know.
that attitude. Blade took a page out of the Book of Boomstick and tried filling that hole with every kind of weapon imaginable.
Let's go.
He's got so many, they're his apartment
Adamantium
decoration.
swords. Ooh.
Handguns, assault rifles, and explosives make up the brunt of his firepower. And he enjoys getting up close and personal with his dual acid-etched titanium katanas.
Speaking
Nice.
of glorious Nippon steel, he's got a sword made out of adamantium.
Specifically, secondary adamantium.
Oh,
a
come
variant of
on.
the metal that is mass-producible.
It may not
Ugh.
be quite as strong as Cap's shield, but it
Of
can cut
course.
right through heavy hitters like Ultron and the Hulk.
Naturally,
I hate this fucking thing when they drop the name of the metal but they don't own up to it. Oh, it's made of adamantium to sound impressive, but then it's like, no, but it's actually secondary adamantium, so we don't have to deal with it like being like harder than Thor or something. We gotta keep the power scaling in check, so it's mass-produced adamantium, so it's not as tough as adamantium. We just wanted the name. It's kind of like a Miles Morales and his like vibranium suit that is not actually vibranium, or it is vibranium, but it's a vibranium mail. It's not as tough, so like.
Blade has even more swords.
I don't
His
know.
adamantium ones
I've
can slice
grown
through
to-
magical enchantments. The
That has like worn out on me.
third sword
I've
can
grown
harm
tired of.
intangible
I've seen this
demons,
trope of
and the
it too
Justiciar
many
can
times
slay fallen
with Marvel and
angels.
DC.
Yeah, he's got some weird stuff he can pull out of his ass, like a Hellfire shotgun that burns your soul, or hypodermic needles filled with vampire blood. Seems kinda dumb to turn people into vampires,
Yeah.
but it does make them more vulnerable to Blade's arsenal.
All that pales in comparison
That
to
is
the arch
true.
weapon of hell in Blade's possession. The breathing gun.
Ah,
It is
okay,
a
I've heard
living
that.
firearm that hisses in the presence of demonic forces.
Hmm?
Its sentient bullets chase its victims down. The wounds they cause cannot be healed. And if they get lodged in your body, they'll slowly devour you from the inside out. They can even hurt Hell Lord.
In the same fight where the breathing gun harmed him, Cosmic Ghost Rider defended attacks from Captain Marvel that could melt through a star.
And even greater threats like the Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Blade took everything he had and fought his one-man war for almost 100 years.
He's battled hordes of vampires while skydiving, infiltrated the Pentagon, and even took on Spider-Man like Miles Morales, who could absorb the energy of a bomb that could destroy Harlem. Blade's
We've
even
seen that.
bested the spirit.
While this was the Insomniac version of Miles, Insomniac Spider-Man is on par with mainline Spider-Man comic book crossovers. Makes sense.
Spirit of Vengeance, Zarathos.
And while he
Zarathos?
occasionally allied with teams like the Avengers, he prefers to work alone.
I probably would too if they only cared about me when I was helping them and not ridding the world of, you know,
vampires.
That
You know what?
is
Vote for
scared of what
Dr.
he might
Doom.
do if he loses control, because he does have one classic vampire weakness: a thirst for blood. Blah.
Even more so after he had a daughter, Brielle, whom he avoided for fear of endangering her. If his bloodlust does overwhelm him, he will enter a berserker rage, skyrocketing his strength at the cost of his sanity.
Though it does make him even better at killing vamps. He's made a cottage industry out of whooping Dracula's ass.
Dracula is unsurprisingly powerful, capable of summoning a thunderstorm that covered all of Boston with a wave of his hand.
Drac apparently
Yeah.
didn't hold a grudge though, since he eventually made Blade the sheriff of Vampirsk, a vampire nation in the ruins of Chernobyl.
Amazingly, Dracula has even
Okay.
given Blade some of his own blood, which allows him to shapeshift into multiple forms, like a wolf, a horde of bats, or a cloud of mist.
Oh,
So he
sick.
can force his way inside your body and blow you up from the inside out, Ant-Man style.
What is with you with the Ant-Man? Blade's hatred of vampires
Hey,
only matched-
hey, Boomstick, you brought this up in the Ant-Man, you brought this up in the Ant-Man episode. You brought up the blowing up someone from the inside.
by his hatred of himself. However, when Brielle showed signs of dhampiric powers, Blade finally found a reason to reconnect with his daughter, training her the same way Afari trained him a century prior.
Even after Blade was possessed by the first vampire ever and tried to take over the planet, Brielle put her dad's teachings to the test, saving both him and the world.
And proving that Blade's lonely war need not be so lonely anymore. With his daughter at his side, and also this plant creature pet called Boy Thing, let Marvel's vampires beware. For should they indulge their unnatural urges, they will be sure to meet their end at the tip of his blade.
Okay. Okay, that is badass. That was
Today's
a
battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
You know what's awesome?
that was a cool
Being
run
right, especially when
of
you're co-hosting.
Blade's ability. Anyway, shut up, Price Pick.
Just a pause.
I don't know what you are, and I don't want to know. You sound bad. Anyway, on to Buffy. Let's see the
In every
bullshit.
generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer.
For thousands of years, a new Slayer would be granted incredible
You mean the
powers, and
Vampire
was destined
Slayer?
to die young in battle against evil, passing their powers on to the next Slayer, and the next, and so on. That is, until the newest Slayer would change everything. Buffy Ann Summers.
Not exactly the first girl you'd think is the savior of humanity.
Yeah. Occupations: waitress, counselor, law enforcement. Love interest: Pike, Angel, Riley, Spike, Satsu. I'm sure there's more. That's the joke. Death count: at least 2. You mean her death count? Like she died twice? Okay. Founder and president of the Third Magic Council. Likes Ice Capades, James Spader, Christian Slater, Pineapple Pizza. I lost all interest in you. Pineapple pizza's boring.
Buffy's only
to be
goal
entirely
in
true,
life were, in
I've
her
tasted
words,
it.
Graduate from high school.
It
go to
is-
Europe, marry Christian Slater.
It's
and
not
die.
as
But that
interesting.
would all change.
Like it's overhated, but people who like it also oversell it. It is boring as fuck. Anyway, rant aside.
Watcher Merrick appeared and revealed her destiny.
Like, total bummer.
Merrick trained Buffy in the arts of vampire slang, and she became so efficient that she burned down her school. Whoops.
Forcing her and her mom to move to Sunnydale, California to start a new life, far away from any more bloodsuckers and bad makeup.
Unfortunately, small problem, Sunnydale just so happened to be right on top of a hellmouth, where the boundary between Earth and Hell is permeable.
Yeah, that sounds like the valley, alright. Along with new Watcher
would've
Giant,
thought?
Wallflower Willow, part-time bad boy, part-time sad boy Angel, magical retcon sister Dawn, and... Xander.
It's in Comic Sans, I
Buffy
just
and her
realized.
Scooby Gang would battle a never-ending series of monsters.
And we mean truly never-ending. Sure, there's the TV show, but Buffy has also been slaying vampires across video games, comics, and 128 novels. Tens of thousands of pages of Buffy lore you've never heard of.
But we're just crazy enough to speed read them all.
Buffy carries a variety of anti-vampire weaponry, There's wooden stakes, of course, sometimes dipped in gorgon venom that can turn you to stone. Though she's also experienced with axes, swords, quarterstaffs, holy water, just about anything.
You said it! When she fought an ancient demon unable to be killed by any weapon forged in his time, Buffy introduced his stupid ass to the 20th century.
She's
Let's
also a
fucking
master
go.
of Aikido, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, karate, kung fu, wushu, tai chi, kendo, capoeira, and taekwondo.
Buffy apparently thinks Hong Kong's kung fu movie masters could learn a thing or two.
No kidding. Thanks to her Slayer senses, her reflexes are fine-tuned enough to dodge close-range Gatling gun fire, lightning bolts from the sky, and even beams of light. She's kept up with another Slayer, Faith, who can dodge laser beams from point-blank range.
Buffy's strong enough to bend rebar, punch this 4.5-ton bat monster into the air, and smash hard enough to tear apart a building.
And despite her lack of
Oh,
armor,
come
she can
on.
survive
They didn't
massive-
bring back the science of the fuck. The few things I know about this matchup that I heard about, I was under the impression we were gonna have a science of the fuck. Where is it? The science of the fuck is not just mentioning it, it's spending an unnecessary amount of time on it.
explosions, like the one
Where's the math on
Cerulean
that?
Slayer that's bigger on the inside.
She can even fight blindfolded, but if she is injured, she heals fast enough to be totally fine by the next episode.
One time, Angel sucked out almost all of the blood from her body, and she survived. Doubly impressive since Angel's blood draining also drains magical energy.
Yeah, Buffy's own magic makes her weirdly resilient to esoteric attacks, like when she expelled this misty shadow demon trying to possess her body, or when she resisted her soul.
That's funny how she's built to have counters to Blade's abilities, like possessing people from the inside and draining magical energies.
Being ripped apart.
I can see those resistance at least. It's funny that how it works.
Into a vat of boiling liquid so hot it could reduce people to skeletons, and she was just fine.
She might not show physical scars, but she sure has emotional ones. Being the Slayer put a huge burden on Buffy's life.
Unable to live normally, she felt isolated, forced to internalize the trauma she faced on a daily basis. Sure, she had friends, but they couldn't understand her unique struggle.
Like when Angel turned evil after he took her virginity and tried to destroy the world. That must be one of those metaphors.
Sometimes the worst enemies are the ones you can't fight and who don't fight back.
Made even worse by her having all the memories of the other Slayers bouncing around in her head, dating back to the Stone Age.
Buffy has dreamt of every battle a Slayer has ever fought, and can call upon those skills in a fight, even subconsciously.
But
Buffy can tap into her skills subconsciously. She can react without thinking, sense danger in advance, and fight at her full potential even after her memories were erased.
this includes the memories of their deaths. Countless women violently dying young, a reminder of her inevitable fate.
A fate that came to pass when she fought the hell god Glory. After leaping into Glory's
That's a weird name for a
reality-ending
goddess of hell.
interdimensional hole,
A glory hole, if you will.
Buffy sacrificed herself to save the universe, dying a hero's death.
It appears my glory hole joke was poorly timed.
Finally freed of her unfair earthly responsibilities, Buffy's soul ascended to heaven in perfect bliss. Until her friends brought her back to life at the end of existence!
Let's
This
go!
Absolutely crushed Buffy, and ironically, annihilated her will to live.
Oh, that's rough, Buffy. But with the show renewed for more seasons, she had to nut up and continue her endless crusade against all things Spirit Halloween.
Buffy's battled for 48 hours straight, defeated vampires immune to traditional vampiric weaknesses, and destroyed the Sword of Sano, which caused the Great Hanshin earthquake.
And of course, both Buffy and her friends have defeated countless immensely powerful demons.
Like the Queller Demon, which arrived as a meteor and caused the Tunguska explosion, which destroyed over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Or the Sorrow Demon, which caused a storm that blanketed Los Angeles.
She's also a match for Angel, who survived a blast that could rupture a continental shelf, and took hits from Whistler, whose magic contained a bomb that could vaporize London.
She even faced off against the First Evil, literally the embodiment of all evil that predates reality itself.
Forced into battles against stronger and stronger baddies, Buffy clearly needed something to even the odds. The Slayer safe.
It's actually a bardiche.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
I'm
let's
just gonna say
go.
it. This thing is bullshit.
Containing the essence of Buffy's Slayer powers and created to defeat ancient demons, the scythe can deflect magical projectiles and slice through just about anything. Ghosts, magic, even space itself, destabilizing reality in the process.
Even Silas, the devourer of worlds. Kinda like Galactus, but instead of chomping on planets, he eats the multiverse. And there goes his head.
The scythe is easily the most powerful tool in her arsenal. In effect, attaining it completed Buffy, as though it were a piece of her she never knew was missing. With the scythe, Buffy was finally whole. Being the Slayer was no longer a burden, but a purpose.
And by sharing her Slayer powers with thousands of girls around the world, they all teamed up and kicked the first evil's ass.
Suddenly, the always isolated Buffy had thousands of shoulders to lean on, a sisterhood of Slayers.
And thousands
Metaphor.
more reasons for any wannabe demon conqueror to stay away from Earth. Because unless you want to get your blood all over her stylish yet affordable boots, you'll steer clear of Buffy, the Vampire Slayer.
Okay. Okay,
Hey,
I'm
you
gonna
know, it's
keep this right
Skeletober.
now.
You mean
Skeletober!
No, stupid.
No,
the
it's Skeletober!
Celebration!
Yeah!
Come
Yeah!
on, don't you watch Death Battle Cast? And for the first time ever, we've got
I
Skeletober
do.
merch on the Death Battle store.
Wait, isn't that just Skeletor?
Skeletober? Yeah! Look at that hat! Oh, I'm putting those stickers on everything! Wait, is that a pillow? We sell pillows now? Hell
Damn.
yeah! I'll take 7!
You can find all that and more, including our limited desk mats that are selling
Absolute
pretty quick,
merchandising.
at www.deathbattle.gg. That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Happy Skeletober!
Okay, normally... Okay, so normally I usually like to go back, and have a second watch of the analysis so I can have a fresher prediction. I'm gonna do this, but I think I need to go back more than ever, because there was a lot going on, so second viewing, 3, 2, 1, I'll see you right now. Okay, I watched it the second time, there is still a fucking lot going on. I tried to take some notes, if you can see it, but... So, what I could deduce, Buffy would definitely have the advantage when it comes to resistances and experience. She seemed to have survived, basically, pretty much everything Blade can do on a Hax level, I would say. Draining blood, she survived that. Draining magical energies, somehow she survived that too. Possessing people, entering people, and blowing them up from the inside, Buffy survived. Buffy resisted someone that tried to do the same trick and expelled her too. I don't know if she could resist being turned into a vampire specifically, but I don't know if that would help Blade. I don't know if that would help Blade find a weakness specifically, since Buffy has been able to survive things like being boiled alive or something like that. Things that boil you alive, like holy water would do, or things like that. So it's funny. She's got a lot of resistances. That would actually, again, she would have a lot of resistances against Blade. And in terms of speed, they sound similar. They both have been established pretty quickly to be able to block light from both cases. They're both light speed. And yes, I wanted to talk about experience and skills, because Blade has picked up from the Wesley Snipes movies. They picked up 7 martial arts. In the Buffy section, when they talked about her martial arts, I've counted 13 martial arts. So she knows more martial arts than Blade, and on top of that, she should have the experience. Blade has fought vampires for 100 years, while Buffy, she's got She seems to have like entire generations, like generations of slayers over slayers over slayers that whose experience she can draw from. She can draw from to enhance her own skills. So I would say Buffy has the experience when it comes to fighting skills and whatnot. The big question mark to me right now, it's when it comes to power stats, how things like how their how is it? Their trump cards basically would work against each other. There's the breathing gun and the Slayer Scythe. The Slayer Scythe could be useful to counter some of Blade's abilities, like going intangible with his mist powers and whatnot. I think that would be enough to counter it. But the breathing gun is also potent enough that it works on like extremely bullshit entities like Zerathos and the cosmic Ghost Rider, while Buffy managed to defeat something like Galactus, a multiversal with the scythe. So it's kind of, I don't know how this scales like power wise. I would say for safety measure, I'm gonna give it to Blade, sorry. Why Blaze? I'm gonna give it to Blade when it comes to raw, like, powers and raw arsenal. Buffy seemed to have a couple things that would do the trick, like, the stake that can turn you into stone. I haven't seen Blade being able to resist that. Maybe having the blood of Dracula, the fact that he can shapeshift, maybe that can be a counter, but I don't really know if that would work. I don't really know how it would affect him being turned into stone. If he could do that while being turned into stone, that's just like a hypothesis. But when it comes to their durability, I'm kind of intrigued because all I've seen Blade surviving is like building level explosions and stuff like that. They've shown him like taking on way bigger threats, but when it comes to durability, I've only seen him taking like building sized explosions and whatnot. While Buffy, she apparently survived the explosion of a lair that is like, I've counted the thing, it was like 3 million volume, almost 400 meters cube. That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot bigger than a simple building explosion. No, I was about to say it's that's as big as a country, but not depending on the country, of course. But that is point is 3 or 4 million meters is a lot more than a simple building. So maybe Buffy is more buffed in terms of resistance, in terms of durability and survivability and stuff like that. But Blade seems to have taken down the bigger fish. He seems to have taken down the bigger fishes overall. So like the cosmic Ghost Rider. Ironically, they've both taken on things that could summon like a citywide storm, like Dracula, and I think there was someone in Buffy, I forgot their name. The Sorrow Demon, there we go. My only question mark is when it comes to raw powers, raw durability and powers. The Scythe seems to be more versatile than the breathing gun. Oh, wait a minute. Would the breathing gun even work on Buffy? Because she resisted having something like trying to possess her from the inside, trying to destroy her from the inside, and she rejected it. Would she be able to expel the breathing gun, or like the projectile as it hurt her? Actually. Oh, yes. I'm gonna write this. Give me a spell. Spells possession. Yes. I'm starting to think Buffy's got a lot going on for her when it comes to resisting Blade's more trickier arsenal and abilities, having more experience, having more skill in fighting overall that she can draw from. My only question mark is really, like, who's tougher? Because, like, Blade has taken down some bigger fish, I would say, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he can take as much as he gives, you know? They did scale Blade to Miles, who like survived this, like, the Harlem explosion. Would that measure? Maybe? Yeah, maybe Blade is a bit more buff going on. Well, okay, how could Buffy kill Blade if not for raw powers alone? There's the storm, the stone transforming acid. Maybe the Bardiche is like can cut through space and time, through ghosts, through intangible things. That could counter like his mist transformation. Plus, again, regarding like skills and experience, there's the possibility that Blade can go berserk mode. So while he would be more powerful and more effective, he wouldn't be he wouldn't be as like focused and level-headed than Buffy. So there's the chance that like if he goes, there's the chance that Blade can go berserk mode. And can go like berserk and become insane, and you know, reinforcing the experience part. But when it comes to stat, that's gonna be the deciding factor. But other than that, I see Buffy having more stuff to throw than Blade. Maybe Blade has the better healing factor? Question mark. Oh yeah, Buffy would resist being transformed into a vampire because she's been bit by Angel. She's been bit by Angel, who like don't their bite turn you into a vampire? You know? So like, yeah, she would resist being turned into a vampire. So there's that. Again, I'm saying too much counter from Buffy. Not necessarily those that can make her like. That can help her kill Blade effectively, but make resistances that would help Blade, that would make it so that Blade can't effectively kill Buffy in other ways than just like raw power, which that I can't exactly predict. So I'm gonna have to go with Buffy, even if Blade had the advantage in power. That's like the only advantage he has, to be honest. I can see Death Battle coming up with the arguments that, yeah, Blade would have the better power, but Buffy would have the better, like, things like versatility, better resistances, better experience. Did I say experience again? I don't know. I just see Buffy more capable of being able to push it through, at least from what I understand. I just see Buffy having way too much stuff. So I'm going to go with Buffy on this one. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my final call. And if I'm wrong, then fuck it, because Blade is fucking awesome as well. I really love the analysis of both, by the way. It was really good. I love the editing. I love the structure, the writing, how they dived into their characters. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. It's time for a Death Battle. 3, 2, 1, click! Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data for all possibilities. It's time for a Death Battle! Yeah! Live action! It's time! Alright, this is Mihawk. Show me what you got. Let's go, the dance club. The vampire dance club. I've seen that scene from the movie. Just as a clip. I didn't see the movie, but... Ah. Big ass rocket launcher. Not even subtle. What, was that Jocelyn? Wait. Oh yeah, that's Sam and Chad. Hell yeah. We're all here. And there's our man.
We were kings, long before they had a name for kings. But now, starved, hunted, forgotten.
Okay.
You have waited long enough. Tonight, we remember who we were. Tonight, we take back what was always ours.
Wrong move, buddy.
We feast.
Daywalker.
And she... That's just the start.
Who? Shotgun! Bam! Okay, that's cool. Fight! Well, fight the vampires at least. Bam! Turn it up. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's way better than... That is way better than the previous live action so far. Ooh! Ha ha! Ooh! Oh! Let's fucking go! That was sick. Ew! Ow! Ow! Liam, no! He was a vampire the whole time! I kinda knew it, to be honest. Come on. Oh! Oh! Right on the table! Ah! Let's go. Hell yeah. You could have started with that, you know. Oh no. Sorry, lady. Oh. Come on. Don't blame me. Alright. Here's where it really begins. Fight!
Dude's just a kid!
Not anymore.
Oh. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Not gonna work, Buffy. Not gonna work. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, okay. Let's go. Katana fight! Ooh, ha! Ooh! 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 Ha! Ah! Damn! Let's go! Coats are off! Ooh! Ooh! Ha! Alright, knife fight! Ah! 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 Come on! Ooh!
You out your damn mind?
Ooh! 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 Oh! Come on! Poop joke! Alright. Not the cross. No, come on. Don't go there. Alright. Come on. Ooh. Alright.
Amateur hour.
As I was some motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Fight! Yeah, you ain't shit in martial arts. Bah! Ooh! 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 Ah! Ah, he's putting a pretty fair share. Ow! Alright, rocket launcher. Ooh! No, that's the Bardiche. Okay. Ah! Ha ha! Oh. Ah! Alright. Breathing gun is gone, at least. She just needs to survive now. Another sword. Adamantium, I guess. Come on, fight with the Bardiche at least.
Another sword.
I see you cut through adamantium.
Bring it on.
Ooh. Alright, come on, come on. Okay, that's cool. Ow! Ooh. Ow! Come on, Buffy. Come on, Buffy. I mean, come on, Blade. Blade might go as well, but like... Come on! Ah! Ooh! Ah! Okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. It's not done. Okay, it sounds like it's done, though. It sounds like it's done. Yeah, no, the head is gone. The head is gone. Yeah, yeah, it's done. Holy shit.
Looks like you got ahead of yourself.
And let's fucking go.
To be Blade tenued no longer. I'm surprised. I figured with Blade's many years of comic book history, he'd have the edge.
Believe it or not, Buffy is actually in more comics than Blade.
Really? Man, Blade can't catch a break.
Let's break this down into 4 categories. First up, stats. Buffy's lifted much heavier things and survived more significant explosions.
Okay.
Like, sure,
That's what I
Blade's
thought.
strong and all, but he isn't literally fucking buildings apart like Buffy.
Scaling to the monsters they fought, compare Dracula creating a storm that covered Boston to the Sorrow Demon creating a storm that covered Los Angeles.
Okay, it's the 2
A
storms
city
I
over
wanted to compare.
5 times larger.
Okay.
You might be able to compare Blade to Spider-Man like Miles, who absorbed a bomb that could blow up Harlem, but that's significantly weaker than Whistler containing a blast that could wipe out London. They
Yeah.
could both dodge light beams, but that doesn't keep Buffy from taking the overall
Okay,
edge.
so she has the edge in
Blade seems
stats.
to be
in
the
stats.
odd man out, though, so his versatility is just as important.
With Blade's numerous powers and massive arsenal, he certainly could have overwhelmed the more straightforward Buffy.
Machine guns and magic swords are generally gonna beat out crossbows and morning stars.
True.
Not to mention, he actually wears armor.
Also,
True.
Blade's faster healing factor and immunity to traditional vampire weaknesses kept Buffy on the back foot for a time. Blade wins versatility.
But
Okay,
when it
that's
comes
fair.
to skill, Buffy's got plenty of experience fighting armed opponents barehanded.
Both of them were masters of a similar number of martial arts.
And Blade has been kicking
Well, more, if I
vampire ass
count
for a
it.
century, way longer than Buffy's even been alive.
While Blade may have more personal experience, Buffy's ability to draw on Slayer battles dating back to the Stone Age,
There
at
it
least
is.
40 times older than Blade, gives her the superior skill. Even then, they both had
While Blade knows of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and according to Marvel's Midnight Suns, it is his favorite show. Let's be real, he hasn't read the novels.
weapons and abilities so powerful they could
That's
end
funny.
the fight instantly, regardless of all else.
They're
Let's go.
trump cards.
There it is.
Fortunately for Buffy, she actually countered almost all of what Blade could throw at her.
Withstanding Blade draining her energy with his bite? Check.
Resisting the Hellfire shotgun destroying her soul.
Check.
Preventing Blade turning to mist and exploding her from the inside out?
Check.
Meanwhile, Blade had no way to survive, say, Buffy's Gorgon venom turning him to stone.
Okay, that would
With
work.
the deadly, it just plain gross breathing gun, Blade did not have anything as potent as the Slayer sight. It could easily deflect the breathing gun's bullets back at him, or use its space-cutting ability to slice through his unbreakable adamantium sword.
Don't believe us?
Okay.
Even Wolverine's adamantium skeleton was cut in half when a portal closed on top of him. That's the
Ah.
same kind of thing.
And Wolverine's beta adamantium skeleton is a much tougher version of the same metal.
Oh, and since the Scythe could kill Silas, a multiverse devouring god, I think it could take down Blade with a big enough swing.
Giving Buffy the final advantage over the Daywalker.
Really thought Blade had a chance, but Buffy sure put a damn fear on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Next time.
Oh no! Oh, give it a second. Give it a second. All right. Okay. Let's talk about the fight first before we dive into next time. Oh, that was amazing! God, Ismahawk cooked with this one. Everybody, I mean, I say Ismahawk as it's like this singular entity, but like everybody involved in this, like, absolutely cooked in this one. The intro really took its time. It really set the stage. It allowed both Blade and Buffy did like some amazing stuff, amazing stunts. The actors were really good too. Like you could really, I would say the actress that plays Buffy, I forgot her name. I'm sorry. I think it's Mair, Mair. I can't pronounce it. Mair Maloway something. She did a better job in her acting. I don't know. Her expressions felt more impactful. They seemed more. She seemed to have a much. She seemed to have better acting overall. Not to diminish the actor of Blade. Fiction, his name is. It's a bit easier to remind this one because it's literally. He's literally peak fiction. What can I say? But you know, he was a. I don't know. I was more. I noticed more of Buffy's acting. The music was really good as well. The music the music was incredible. It's just my type of music. This whole like techno dance floor thing. It's I can be a sucker for it when it's really when it's really done. When it's really well done. Sorry. God, what can I say? The steak shit joke maybe wasn't the best. Maybe wasn't the best thing. What can I say? What can I say? God, the choreography, the special effects as well. Special effects were really dope. I love the writing of this one. God damn. It is, I love the writing of this one. I think this is a matchup this is an episode that was really, really well written, like fight-wise. I love, again, as I said, I love the analysis as well. I love their analysis. I love how they, like, really went into the characters' like dilemmas and their like their inner flaws and stuff like that. I like when Deparo does that and how they overcome them. That's like it's always nice to see this in a character's story. But everything was so well done. Everything was so well done. That's all I can say. This fight was fucking dope. I love the choreography. Some of the choreography was really well done. Was really cool. My only fear when I'm gonna go and because like I'm gonna need to watch this episode a few times to really solidify my opinion. I'm afraid that maybe the scenes when they kill vampire is way cooler than the scenes when they actually fight themselves. Because I have more memories of that than I'm having like more memories of when they fight vampires than when they fought in the toilets, for example. When they fight in the toilet was kind of. Yeah, sure. But overall, like, this might be... Oh, this might be a top 5 contender of the year. Like, goddamn, that was really good. Like, I love some of the shots. Like, plenty of shots are really impressive. Like, oh, this was a long fight too. When we had because like they had to build up with the intro and stuff. Like, yeah. Honestly, like overall, like I think it's a top 5. I'm gonna need to rewatch. Like, I'm gonna need to remind myself of the other episodes that we had so far. But good God, is it really good? It is like top. It is actual top-notch stuff. It's definitely 100% like 100% better than the other live actions we had. Nightwing, Daredevil, and Red Hood, Winter Soldier. Definitely better than those two. So that proves that this Mohawk really evolved as a production, as a studio. You know, that really shows how much like better they got over. I don't exactly follow their production, so I don't know like I don't exactly follow them, so I don't know how good they've been over the years and how well they've evolved, you know, over the years. But that was I want to watch the bloopers of this fight, or like not the bloopers, but the making of. Hopefully, we can get the making of this death battle, because like that was. I would love to see a lot more of this. I would love to see a lot more of this fight, of like how this was made. You know, I want to appreciate all of this stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I had to say. Very good death battle. I'm gonna. Maybe it's a bold claim, but solid top 5 of the year so far. So, plus like the reasoning made sense. Again, I was right. So, you know what? I won, so of course their argument is absolutely flawless. Let's move on to next time on Death Battle. I don't know who it's gonna be.
Buffy sure put a dhampir on things.
The winner is Buffy the Vampire.
But let's go. Next time on Death Battle! Dante? Dante!
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Clive from Final Fantasy, what? 10. So that's 16? Final Fantasy 16? It's not Final Fantasy 7 for now, so that's interesting. I've never heard of this matchup in my entire life. Wow. Okay, I have never watched this entire... Okay, I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry. Okay, so like this is like in fact, as I was preparing this reaction, like I was just done finishing the intro of this reaction that you're watching right now. I selected the Devil May Cry music. So, convenient. I wasn't even prepared for that. I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry. Oh my god, that is like, I'm so happy that Dante is back. It's gonna be so good. I do not know who Clive is, and I've never heard of this matchup in my entire life. I don't know what's going on. I assume the matchup is Demon Hunter. The connection is that. I'm gonna assume, and which is funny because we just had Vampire Hunters right now. So that's a funny coincidence. That's definitely something. Anyway, I'm not as excited as I should be because like it's fucking Dante. I want my boy Dante is back. Let's fucking go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I was just taken aback. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to see more. Share it to your friends, your families, your foes, maybe. Let me know what you thought of this death battle in particular in the comments. It's always good to see like when people have like interesting comments to say. Like, you know, it's always good to interact with you all about these matchups, because y'all can have some interesting things to say. Sometimes not, but you know, that's a gamble. That's YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, that's about everything I needed to say for an intro. So without further ado, I'll see you all in the next death battle. That was Torok at your service, and I did this backward. Bye.